Good afternoon, everyone. My name is William, and I was born in Samcheonpo, a very small coastal town in the very southern part of Korea. So I grew up there, and I moved to Seoul in 2012. And when I first came to Seoul, of course I was born in Korea. I was really surprised that I've never seen this beauty of the city ever. Harmony of the new and the old, and a lot of skyscrapers, and beautiful nightscapes. However, as time passes, it is getting very difficult to feel the beauty of the city these days. I think it is because in most time in our daily life that we see is not this, but this, or maybe for us, this. So it's really tired, right? So why living in Seoul is so different from traveling Seoul? I think it is because for living we have to go to school or go to work every day, and the commuting time is really exhausting. I did an internship in the spring at a company which is located in Gangnam. And as you know, the subway is always crowded, and taxis are all expensive and even hard to hail in Gangnam district. And my colleague who had his own private car also complained about parking and the gas price. So anyway, it seems like we have two trade options to commute: convenient but expensive taxis and private cars, or, like for us, economic but inconvenient public transits. So most workers would hesitating between these two options. But guess what? I found out a new cool way to commute, which is even convenient and economic. Guess what it is? Of course, carpool, yes. Thank you. So have you ever, all in this room, heard of Pullus, Luxy, or Uber Share? Is anyone? Yeah. What did you listen about this? Uber. Yeah, of course Uber is famous in like foreign countries, but especially in Korea, it is not permitted to run every time. It is only permitted in the rush hours. Have you ever used all of these things in this room? Oh, what did you use?
I used Uber.
Uber Share in Korea?
Not in Korea.
Oh yeah, actually the service is quite different from foreign and Korea. So it seems like most of you are familiar with Uber, but not with other things, right? But you all know about carpooling, right? So today I'd like to talk about the advantages of doing carpool that most of you knows, but no one used. First, carpool is convenient. Thanks to the rapid development of smartphones, it is very easy to find drivers who go to the same direction with me. With just a tap of the button, you can get into the private cars, which is very convenient and seat guaranteed at any time. And second, carpool is safe. As most of people ask me when I say that I do carpool when I'm commuting, isn't it dangerous to get into strangers' cars? But maybe yes for the analog carpools in the past, but surely no for the digital carpools that we are doing in these days. As we use the smartphone platforms to do the carpool, all data including location, time, routes, and also data about driver and users' information is all saved and controlled by the central server. It is very easy to get a proper feedback or compensation when accidents occurs. Third, carpool is fun. We have to get into a stranger's car every time, and we met every different person every time when we do the carpool. And we have to stay with them from 10 minutes to over an hour. It is a very good place to share our stories together. So the commuting time that we wasted before, like just playing games or listening to music, is turned into valuable leisure and socializing time. I have an experience about this too. I met a driver who works in Gangnam district and who lives in just 5 minutes distance from my home. So we had a common interest like startups or Uber and carpool system. We exchanged our name cards and we had a lunch together in Gangnam district later. So the carpool can be the opportunity to be a new friend. Last, the carpool is economic. According to Seoul City, one of 2 cars driving through Namsan first and second channel has only 1 passenger in the car. It means that most of cars on the roads are running inefficiently. But carpool enables these people to get into others' car so that we can reduce the amount of car on the roads and make less congestion on the roads. And also, the passengers who are already using public transit start to use the carpool. The congestion of the public transit can be also reduced. As the public transit in Seoul is very crowded, so reducing those congestion in public transits make also reduce social cost. So, what do you think of carpool now? Don't you think you want to use carpool when you go to home today?
Yeah.
Thank you. But unfortunately, students like us cannot use carpool in Korea. Because of the regulation, Passenger Transport Service Act Article 81, it is only permitted when we use the carpool for the commuting. This sounds a bit strange, right? It is totally different from foreign countries. So let's discuss this together after the presentation. Anyway, the one thing that doesn't change is that carpool is an innovative way to go home or go to work every time, which has a lot of personal and social benefits together. So, convenient, safe, fun, and economic carpool can change our daily patterns totally. So to finish my presentation, I'd like to copy a very great and famous speech. I had a dream that most of people do the carpool when they commute so that we can make our commuting time more pleasant and make our city more fascinating. Thank you. So, I think it's time to move on to our group discussion section. As I told in the presentation, I'd like to talk about the regulation in Korea about carpool. But before going into that topic, I'd like to listen to your opinions about carpool. Are you negative or positive about this carpool? Or if you have any experiences about carpool, please feel free to share your opinions and stories.